Why does our education suck? When Philippines participated in PISA 2022, we managed to place 77th out of 81 countries, and it was reported that Filipino students were among the world's weakest in math, reading, and science. We also have problems with accessibility to education, as according to the Philippine Statistics Authority, or PSA, nearly 11 million children and young adults were not attending school during 2022 to 2023. And you know it doesn't help that our government has an issue with low funding, failing to provide those with an education the proper means to succeed. As for you and me, it feels all too familiar, right? And if you have trouble believing in what I'm saying, picture this. You sit down, pay attention in class, take down some notes, memorize the material, barf it all on the test, and you forget it. You forget what you've learned, and you move on to the next lesson. And I think that's what school feels like, right? A memorization game. There's lack of creativity, there's no incentive to actually learn anything. And so you can safely say that we are cooked. So then why do people keep doing this? Why do people want an education?
Larry, what do you want to be when you grow up?
Doctor.
An actor. It's a fun gig.
Police.
I want to be a dermatologist.
I want to be a scientist.
I want to be a YouTuber.
But the hard truth is that sometimes our education isn't enough to achieve our dreams. So if we want to improve our learning experience, we must first tackle you take the two remaining coefficients and combine them to get your answer. And that's how you solve for the FOIL method. Any questions?
Sir, I don't really get the lesson.
What don't you get about the lesson? I already explained it just earlier. Didn't I make myself clear about each step? All of you are grown up already. Why are you all like this? You all are way behind the first section. And you guys keep playing on your phones instead of using that time to study. No wonder why you're confused. You all lack discipline. I assume there are no more questions. That will be all for today.
Yes, sir.
Now playing Situation B.
And that's how Orpheus lost his wife. Any questions?
Sir, I don't really get the lesson.
Oh, that's okay. I'll briefly go over it again tomorrow before we start the new lesson.
Oh, thank you, sir.
Also, make sure you take notes so that you don't forget. I'll also assign a written work next week so that you can prepare more. Make sure to study as this will be all on the test. Okay, class?
Yes, sir.
Now, did you feel anything about the sketches? Here, I'll give you a few seconds to answer. 3, 2, 1. Certain interactions can lead to differing outcomes. In situation A, we wanted to show a teacher showing a lack of care, having low patience, low clarity, being biased, dismissive, and having unreasonable expectations. You could say that the teacher was simply being strict, which is valid, yes. A level of strictness should be applied when teaching, but I think there is a stark difference between being strict and being dictatorial. And because of those traits, do you think the student would want to learn? Of course not. Negative experiences can demotivate students from actually wanting to learn. And here, you wouldn't want to do something you hate, right? Like, you know, at all. Now, let's compare it to situation B. In situation B, a sense of comfort and dependability is shown when the teacher is teaching their lesson. They let their students ask questions and try their best to clarify the material. And not only that, they set reasonable challenges that encourage students to actually learn. A teacher's patience and approachability can make students willing to learn without the fear of being judged for every question and action that they do. The purpose of school is to learn, so why not actually encourage it, right? Which leads us to our next topic, the
This is X of what?
Sometimes education isn't always for everyone. One of the main issues for this is money. Some people aren't able to pay for tuition and school necessities, and the government cannot fully support schools due to low budget, making it difficult to actually educate kids. Another problem is work ethic and efficiency. Here, like in situation A, there are some teachers who do some of these examples without even realizing it, because they weren't taught to teach others. It doesn't really help if the pay is low. Prioritizing education, if done right, will have tremendous payoff for our future. And who wouldn't want that, right? We can only hope for the best. Sometimes we take education for granted, and we don't realize how much of it has been incorporated in our lives. And the fact is, some people don't have that opportunity. And another thing is that people need to train how to work with other people to ensure effectiveness and camaraderie. Everybody's part is important. Without any of these factors, there will be no education system. So I guess our point is that let's not be an obstacle to one another and start working together. Two hands are better than one, as they say. And also appreciate what you have. It's a privilege and we should make the most of it. Thank you for watching to the end, and this video was very enjoyable to make. I am Asher John A. Kudal,
And I'm Tyrese Robin Didas Studio.
and this has been SDG 4 Quality Education.